exponential growth and decay are two different nonlinear formulas. Let's talk about growth first. Y equals A times the quantity of 1 plus R raised to the t power. All right, that's not to be confused with decay. Decay is Y equals A 1 minus R raised to the t power. All right, now, in either case, A is the initial amount, what you start with. R is the rate. Now, the thing to be careful of, the rate is expressed as a decimal. So, if it's a percent, move the decimal point 2 times to the left. And then T, of course, is time. And time is whatever units is given. All right, so let's do a couple of examples here. The population of Baconsburg. That sounds good. Starts off at 20,000 and grows by 13% each year. Write an exponential growth model and find the population after 10 years. So the model would be Y equals A. Well, what's the initial amount? Well, Baconburg started off with 20,000. All right, this is a growth model because of exponential growth. And then it's 1 plus R. Now the rate is 13%, but we got to make that a decimal, so that's going to be 0.13 close parentheses raised to the t power. That's our model. That's what we're going to use to figure out what the population is going to be in 10 years. So in 10 years, it's going to be Y equals 20,000 times 1 plus 0.13 raised to the 10th power. Raised to the 10th power. So if you get out your calculator, even your iPad calculator will do, if you plug this in exactly the way it looks here, don't press enter, just put the whole thing in. 20,000 parentheses 1 plus 0.13 close parentheses raised to the 10th power, and will give us 67,891.3 people. However, can you have 0.3 people? No, you can't just go and chop up somebody, right? That's gross. So we're always going to round down. Even if this was 0.9, we're going to round down. So this is 67,891 people. 10 years later. All right, now let's do another example. A car bought for $53,000 depreciates at 12%. Now, what does depreciate mean? Depreciate means it drops in value, it goes down in value. So this is going to be a decay problem. So this is Y equals, what's the initial amount? 53,000. But it's depreciating, so it's 1 minus 0.12 raised to the t power. Remember, your model is going to have Y and T. But then, to find out what our car is going to be valued 7 years later, then we use our model to figure that out. Y equals 53,000, 1 minus 0.12 raised to the 7th power. 7 years later. So pull out your calculator and again put the whole thing in straight in. 53,000. Oops. Parentheses 1 minus 0.12 raised to the 7th power. Now, since we're talking about money here, can I round? What would make sense to round to? Money makes sense to round to the second decimal place. And money can round up. So this is $21,659. $21,659. And This is going to be 81 cents. 81 cents. So in 7 years, we lost more than $30,000 on our car. That's why cars are one of the worst investments that you can make. So that's a little bit about exponential growth and decay.